Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte is getting a huge makeover. The part I find most interesting, though, isn't just about what's changing inside the stadium. It's who's paying for it, what's happening around it, and what all this could actually mean for Charlotte and the surrounding areas, and also what it could mean for our family. There's a lot of history there for us. We've been going to the Panthers games since the boys were little and Caroline was just a little bigger than they were. We had some of the best times there and still do. We've stood on the field, we've been behind the scenes, and we've made a lot of memories in this stadium and also other stadiums where the Panthers have played. Just a little side note on that. So when I started looking into everything that's about to change there, this one felt a little more personal to us. There's a much bigger story, though, behind this renovation. So I just want to start with the question I've heard most. Who is actually paying for all of this? So Charlotte's contribution is capped at $650 million. And one thing that's important to understand is where that money comes from. It's coming from the Convention Center Fund, which is supported by taxes on hotel rooms and prepared food and beverages and is legally restricted to tourism-related uses. So that answers that question a little. And then Tepper Sports and Entertainment's overall investment is listed at $688 million from 2018 to 2045. That includes money already spent, the upcoming improvements, cost overruns, and estimated future capital improvements, operations, maintenance, stuff like that. So you put everything together and you're looking at roughly $1.3 billion in stadium investment over that full period. So when somebody says Charlotte is spending $1.3 billion on the stadium, that's not actually what the agreement says. And this is where it gets particularly interesting for those of us around Lake Norman. Huntersville, Cornelius, and Davidson are in Mecklenburg County. Mooresville is in Iredell County. That county line matters when you're trying to understand which local taxes apply where. It's one of those Lake Norman details that gets lost when somebody simply says, Charlotte taxpayers are paying for the stadium. Where you actually live matters to the conversation. And this isn't simply new seats and a fresh coat of paint. The renovation reaches into parts of the stadium that fans see and plenty of things they don't. So that includes the concourses, video and audio technology, seating and hospitality areas, restrooms and accessibility improvements, major building systems. And building systems aren't exactly the part anyone puts on Instagram, but they can be some of the most expensive things to replace in a stadium this age. But I actually think what happens around the stadium may be the most interesting Charlotte story. This is about more than what happens inside the gates on a Panther Sunday. The stadium sits on an enormous piece of Uptown and South End puzzle. So I'll be watching, see what happens with this development, entertainment, restaurants, pedestrian connections in the surrounding area, just as closely as I'll be watching what they put inside the stadium. Because if this works the way the planners hope, the stadium becomes something that people interact with more than just 10 Sundays a year. It is going to be incredible. So now, does spending all this money in Charlotte mean your home is automatically worth more? I'm not going to tell you it does. Real estate doesn't work that neatly, unfortunately. A major investment like this can contribute to jobs, tourism, development, and the overall appeal of a region, but your individual home value is still more directly affected by your location, neighborhood, condition, inventory, what comparables buyers are actually willing to look at and, pay for your house. So I would pay attention to the stadium project as part of Charlotte's bigger growth story. I just wouldn't use it as a reason to add $50,000 to your estimate or even more. All right, so if you remember three things from all of this, make them these. Charlotte's contribution is capped at $650 million. The roughly $1.3 billion number represents the broader investment over a much longer period, not simply a $1.3 billion check from Charlotte. And third, watch what happens outside the stadium. This is going to be the fun part, because 20 years from now, that may end up being the part of this project that mattered the most to uptown Charlotte and the surrounding areas. So I'm curious where you land on this one. Do you think it's a smart investment in a stadium that's been part of Charlotte since the 1990s? Or would you rather see that money used somewhere else? Let me know what you think.